Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Sarah, and in today's video we're going to keep market prepping. Now you may be wondering why we're looking at some boring stuff. That's not crochet necessarily related. I mean, there's yarn, but that's not the point. The point is I am going to fill up this cloth bin basket thing, and hopefully by the end of these 2 weeks or the end of this vlog, this basket will be full. I have decided that I need to work on some Halloween themed stuff. You know what? Unzipping this is really hard with one hand. The event I have is in the beginning of October, so I need some items that can go with October themed stuff. Now I'm not going to go overboard, that's why I'm only going to be doing one bin, and not necessarily full all the way, but the plan is I want to make some little ghosts, so handheld ghosts, and then spiders as well. I have my bats as well. Those guys will be in here. You know what? I'm just gonna set you down for a second. There we go. It's like magic. So I'm planning to make the ghosts around this size, so just a tiny bit taller than this, handheld size. And I'm gonna give them little arms, and then I'll probably just keep them plain white and just make 12 of them probably. They don't take very long, maybe half an hour, but that should fill the bin up a little bit. And then here are the bats. I made this blue one, and then I have a purple one finished here. So I'm going to be making a bunch of bats because they sell well no matter what time of year. At least that's what I found. And then I have this black one I need to do the face details for. So I'll be making a bunch of these, 12, maybe more of those as well. And then spiders, they'll also be handheld, similar to this size, similar to this octo. And then I think I will look around and see if there are any other Halloween themed patterns I should make. Like I said, I don't want to go too crazy because I don't want to hold on to a bunch of stuff if they don't end up selling. Whatever I decide on, I will have to plan accordingly. I finished this blue cow yesterday, and I honestly think this is one of my favorite cows. The eye placement is perfect, and he is so cute. So we have a blue and a pink one. One of the brown ones, and then 6 of the black and white ones. Obviously they're all really cute. Let's see, I need to make the purple one, the green one, orange, and yellow cow. So 4 left on the docket. I might make 1 more of these. I should have enough of this lighter brown, hopefully. I haven't been able to restock because my local Michaels has not been restocking that color, which is really sad. I absolutely love that color. And I'm too nervous to order because I keep getting bad batches when I order. So yeah, that's the little cow update. We're at 9 cows now, and by the time we're done, there will be 13, which sounds like I need to make an extra one, so 14. I don't think I ever showed this guy off in any of my vlogs, which is really sad. This was a downstairs project, so they kind of get forgotten, but I made this out of size 5 velvet, and this is Daisy the Dragon with the pattern mod I released for free on my Instagram. I'd say the only thing is I wish that I had black instead of dark gray, but she still turned out gorgeous. This is some of the softest yarn I've ever worked with. It's also slippery, so it was kind of hard to work with, but it was definitely worth it. These are the baskets I put my minis in, and I have 2 of them for this event. I have the bees in one, and I'm thinking I need to make some items that are similar to this, so the same size yarn, because I think the actual minis, the Skinny Chanel minis, will get lost in them. But I was planning on only putting a few in, so maybe if I just do the amount that I am going to put in, it's not so bad. Yeah, I guess that's not so bad. I was feeling really good about these minis, and then I looked how bare this basket is, which, you know what, is what it is. I still have a bunch to make, and once they're all made, this basket will be full for sure. So I'm not gonna complain. We're gonna get there eventually. I just finished filming the next part for the oppa tutorial. So as you can see, we have the body and all the legs finished, which is awesome. I need to do a feet and then the tail and belly tutorial. And then maybe at that point we'll be able to move on to the arrow. So 3 or 4 more parts before he's complete, but this is definitely a labor of love, both crocheting him and putting the tutorial together. This has been one of the hardest mental battles for me to put together on YouTube, mainly because this yarn won't stop squeaking with the hook. And I bought this really nice one for $10 and it still squeaks. It's not nearly as bad as the other one I was using, but oh, it still drives me insane. But we are almost finished, so I'm not gonna complain too much. And the hard part is done, which is dealing with all of these stitches. The stitch count is huge. But now that we're moving on to smaller pieces, so it should be more manageable for me to handle the squeakage. I just finished a purple cow, which I think is my new personal favorite. I just love the eye placement and the color and everything. But that means I'm nearly finished with the cows. Just have 3 or 4 more left. I haven't decided yet. And then I also worked on a zombie, which I think is really cute. I definitely won't be making any more with this green yarn. This yarn is quite old and it's like one of the first balls that I actually purchased in this yarn, and it is falling apart. It's always been like that. I just happened to get a bad batch and it's just awful to work with, and I would feel bad if someone bought something like that and it fell apart really quickly. In the future, if I can, I'll try and get some more green yarn and make some more of those, or at least just have a couple. And then I made this ghost kitty, which I'm not sure how I feel about her. She's cute. The camera doesn't even know what to think either. But the inspiration didn't have bottom feet, but I decided to add them in, and I don't know if it had a tail. I feel like it needs to have a tail. It's cute, it's fine. I probably won't be making any more of these either, just because I don't necessarily like it that much, but I also don't want to be stuck with a lot of Halloween, October stuff either. If this event doesn't go well, I'll be looking for another one in Christmas time, late November, early December, so I don't want to be stuck with a bunch of Halloween stuff. That's the little update. I have to go film the bat tutorial now, which I'm going to do in a few minutes here, and then I have to put the pattern together. By the time you see this video, the bat pattern will be out as a free YouTube tutorial, so I'll have it linked up there and in the description for you to check out. But this is, like I said in my last market vlog, the bats are they're like a rework of my previous bat pattern, which was a lot bigger, and this is the smaller version. So works up in about an hour. There's sewing involved, but it's not too bad. I have a little update on the minis. So these guys, this is the most recent color I've been working on. I actually really like this color. I wasn't sure how it would look with the white, but I think it's one of my favorites so far. So I have 2 more almost finished. They just need their white part. So it's the turtle and the jellyfish. They all need their eyes still as well, but I currently have a bag of finished plushies and then a bag of they need eyes, and I don't want to deal with it right now. I just finished filming the bat tutorial and I crocheted this orange one for the tutorial, but now I have 5 bats made, and I think I'll be making a few more, maybe some Skinny Chanel versions, because that one turned out really cute. But I haven't quite decided yet, and I definitely want to make some lighter colors, so the orange one was the start of that. Here is where I'm at with the minis. So I have 5 colors finished, and there's 10 of each of these colors. Then I have some caterpillars, there's 9 of them, 5 chickens, 3 of these little ghosts, which I'm going to be making probably 12 of them. They're super cute, they work up really fast. This is a pattern by Big Pile of Craft. I was able to test it, and I actually really love it in the Skinny Chanel. So make sure to go check it out, it's in the description. I have a total of 70 right now, and by the time I'm done, I'll have a little under 300, which would be crazy to have. Each of these take 20 minutes to half an hour, so it's not too bad. For the minis, I decided to do a popping mushroom and a caterpillar as my 9th and 10th plushie. So I have the octopus, the whale, the jellyfish, axolotl, box turtle. I got a spider because of course it's Halloween. I got a manta ray and then a sea slug, and then of course the mushroom and the caterpillar. So 10 of each color is the goal. I've got 21 colors. Let's see. 10 of them are this variegated yarn, so I don't know if I'm going to be making all of the variegated yarn into these. So I believe the original number was 12 for each color, so for these are for the solid skinny Chanel colors, and then I'll have all the variegated yarn from a different brand and see if I like them worked up as all of these little things. So far we're at 70, which is crazy to think that I started making minis just a couple weeks ago. I've just been working on these on my off time. I actually worked on a new pattern. It's a new dragon pattern. I'm not going to show it to you just yet because the lighting is terrible right now, and I don't want to show it to you and not give it justice. So we're going to wait until it's not overcast and I'll film it when it's nice and sunny so you can see it. Okay, I'm gonna pack these up and I'm gonna make some more ghosts. I'm gonna make some more chickens. I gotta make my possums, but so far we are on the right track. Somebody asked in my last video the price for the minis. So I used to have them at $6 each or 2 for $10, but since I've improved my quality, I'm upping the price to $7 each or 2 for $12. And I honestly think the doubles will sell better with that deal than singles. When it was the $6 each or 2 for $10, sales were pretty equal. I think with this I'll be selling more for doubles, more pairs. Anyways, that's the new price I'm settling on. I will definitely let you know after this event if they sell well. I do believe these will still be the best seller at my table. I just don't know if I'll necessarily sell out for the event. So I decided to write a list of all the stuff that I want to make for this event and figure out the total cost or the total monetary value of my inventory if I decide to do all of this. So up here I have my sitting plushies. So these are almost all released. All my released patterns. There's a couple in there that aren't released yet, but I have my cow. I want to make 14 of them. My Highland cows, I want to make 12 or 16 of them. So I kind of did a high end and a low end just to see what I can make. Those are about an hour and a half, 2 hour projects each. So I can't stress myself out about them too much. I don't have infinite time anymore. And then down here, these are my $10 to $15 plushies. So my bees, they're almost finished. I just want to make some more of the traditional yellow ones. These are the standing bees. I'll have a photo on the screen for you. And then I finished the caterpillars. There's 12 of them. Snakes, 7. I don't want to make any more snakes in the plushie version. I want to make some more in double-stranded velvet because a lot of children buy snakes and I want them to last a lot longer. But then I finished the possums, which is awesome. It's a thing crossed off my list. I have some chickens I want to make and some sea creatures and stuff. I think I'm just going to sit down and crush each one of these. I think each one of these I could finish in a day, except for maybe the chickens. So that is the plan sometime soon. Up here I have my plushie stuff. These are all finished. So turtles, axolotls, jellyfish, sharks, and the blanket turtles. Those are all done. I'm not going to be making any more of those unless something comes up. I don't know. And then under it I have, this is my velvet stuff. I still have a few things left to make. I have the turtles, they're about halfway done. The axolotls are finished. The jellyfish I haven't even started on, and obviously I haven't started on snakes either. Then I have some obscure stuff. I have my minis, which will be about $2,000 worth of inventory, which is pretty cool. Of course, it's kind of harder to measure because it'll be $6 or $7, so that's kind of just an average. But the total, if I did all of this done, would be $15,000 in inventory, which at first I was a little bit like, it's not enough, you know, I'm going to this event and it's not going to be enough. And then I remembered at my last event, I actually only had $8,000 worth of inventory. So this is a lesson on taking a step back and putting it in perspective. If you're struggling, just think about where you were at your last event. Or if you don't have an event to compare to, think about your last item you made and just think about your improvement. The perspective for me is I will be doubling my inventory, and that is an insane goal. So if I don't finish everything on this list, then you know what, I did it as best I could. And I'm still trying to build other parts of my business, you know, my patterns and everything, trying to get stuff released. So if all of this doesn't get done, you know what, it is what it is. And I have to just put that into perspective, keep my expectations manageable, and not get upset if I can't finish it. I was a little worried at first, but when I put it back into perspective, it was like a deep breath, you know, just calming, and when we compare it to last event, it is much better. I mean, my original goal was 10,000, so to be up in the 16, 17, 18,000 would be crazy, and it's not necessary. So if I can't do it, that's okay. We're just gonna see where I can end up at the end of these next 2 months. Also, a quick little fact about this event. The event is the first week of October. I believe it's October 2nd is set up. The 3rd, 4th, and 5th is the actual event, so it's a 3-day festival. I totally forgot what I was gonna say, but what I was gonna say, I remember now, was that this event, I don't actually get picked until between August 30th and September 6th. So I haven't received confirmation that I'm even going yet, which is a little scary, but I have faith that whatever happens will happen. If I am meant to go to this event, it will happen. If not, then I'll have to start looking for another event. And I have always been of the belief that everything happens for a reason. So if I don't get picked, then there's a reason why I didn't. And if I do get picked, then that means that we're on and we're gonna get it done and we're gonna do it. Hopefully it will be a successful event if we are picked. Right now it's just kind of a waiting game, and I have to get out of my own head, not think about it, and just kind of disassociate from it until it is closer to the date. Because if I focus on something, I will just feel bad about it, and there's no reason to, because there's nothing I can do about it. I'm gonna move on. I have to edit the bat tutorial, so I'm gonna do that right now. And then it hopefully won't take very long because it's pretty straightforward. Oh, before I move on, I do have something to say. We just hit 10,000 subs on YouTube, which is insane to say out loud. I can't believe that there's 10,000 subscribers. There's 10,000 people who wanted to follow my channel, who are crocheting my stuff and being part of this, and that's just insane to even think about. I mean, I remember when I first started, I was at, it was such a huge thing to be at 100 subs, and now we're here at 10,000, and it's just crazy to think about. It's crazy to meet so many wonderful people. And you know what, every once in a while I'll get kind of a rude comment, and that has also helped me grow. I'm not even mad about that. It was like a chance to take that criticism, no matter how someone said it, use it and be better. And all that adds up. All of that is amazing. So I just wanted to take a second and thank you all so much for your support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. I feel so blessed, and I don't mean to turn sappy, but you know, I have to thank you guys because it's crazy. It's crazy to think about when I put it in perspective, and I think about where I was at the beginning of the year. We had less than 3,000 subscribers, and here we are, August, it's 10,000 subs. That shows that I'm doing something right, and it's awesome to hear your guys' feedback and see all of that. So thank you all. So a few things have happened since I last checked in. One, for market prep, I finished this green cow, and I finished this yellow cow, which I think is my new favorite. I absolutely love the way these are all turning out, but there's just something about this yellow cow. It's just the cutest thing. So I have 2 more cows to finish, which is really cool to say. I have the orange one I need to make, and then I'm going to be making a second one of these guys, so the brown and cream one as well. And then I'll have a total of 14 cows, which is a lot, more than double what I had at the last event, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. I think after I finish the cows, I'll probably move on to some elephants. For now, I'm just gonna work on those. Hopefully finish the cows today or tomorrow, depending on if I'm running around doing errands or not. And then the other news is that my newest dragon pattern just released yesterday. So I decided to name this pattern Willow. My sister convinced me, and if any of you have a sister, you probably know saying no to them is very difficult, if not impossible. So I named her Willow the dragon, and I love Willow because it can be a boy or a girl name. It starts with a W, so she's Willow the wood dragon, and then it's just such a cute name. This pattern is out now in my coffee shop. For right now, it's a coffee shop exclusive pattern. It's a 16-page PDF, and I put a lot of love in this PDF, so I didn't really want to copy paste it into Rippler. But if any of you are interested in a Ribbler version, let me know. If I get enough people saying that they want it, I might put it in there as well. Honestly, I was kind of thinking of moving away from Ribbler, but for now, I'll keep my Ribbler shop open and kind of just think about that over time. This pattern is out. I'm actually working on a new dragon pattern, which I haven't decided if I'm going to show you yet. It's either going to be later in this video or the next market vlog. So just as a little hint, it's very similar to this one, except it has different wings, a different tail, and most likely going to have different horns. I haven't decided yet though, because I honestly think these horns are really cute. They're not super traditional, so I think it would still work with the other one. I haven't decided yet, but that's the little update. This guy is out now. Oh, one more thing, another update. I released my bat pattern. So that guy is up as a free tutorial, or you can purchase the written pattern if you prefer. It's slightly cheaper in my coffee shop because Ribbler takes a little bit more of a fee. So I charge a little bit less in my coffee shop. If you're interested in the bat pattern, definitely check it out. I'll have it in the description. Hopefully I'll remember to actually put it in there. That's the little update. Willow will also be in the description if you want to purchase a pattern. I also have the physical plushies in my shop, and they're not as popular, but if any of you watching and you don't know how to crochet, maybe you want to check it out. So I'll have that in the description as well. That's the update for now. 2 more cows to go. I'm gonna work on that today. Oh, and I also finished some more minis. I finished orange and yellow. Well, I didn't finish them, I started them. So I'll show those off in a little bit here. That is the update. I know a lot of things have happened. Yeah, it has been a busy weekend, but a very productive weekend. So I shall take it. Guess what I did? I finished the last 2 cows. So now we have 14 cows, which is awesome. I have the orange one here. I know the lighting is really bad, it's dark outside, but the blue one, the yellow one, purple, pink, green. I've got 6 of the traditional black and white, and then 2 of the mocha, that's what my sister calls it, but the brown cows. And they each have different tails because I think the darker one looks better, but well, super cute. That is 14 cows. I'm actually gonna break out a bin for these guys later. They're gonna get their own separate bin, and they'll probably go with probably the horses or something like that, something along those lines. And then I'll have one for dragons and unicorns, and then probably elephants, and then I have hippos, giraffes, and raccoons. The giraffe and raccoon pattern isn't out, and I don't know how much I love them, but I think once I get a few more market prepping things done, I'll come back to those patterns and see if I want to release them, maybe tweak them a bit. 14 cows, they're finished, crossed off the list, which is awesome. That means I don't have to make any more for this next event at least. Haven't decided what I'll move on to yet. I know I need some unicorns, horses, elephants, and there was one other, but I'm torn. Dragons, that's the other one. I'm torn between what I'll start next, but maybe I'll do elephants because they're real cute. So we shall see. But that's the update. Okay, everything's a bit of a mess, so bear with me for a second. But I have these Highland cows that I honestly forgot about, which is kind of silly. So this was test subject number 1, which is why the horn placement's a little weird. But he's gonna go in there, and then I have this one I made. This guy is so cute. I have 2 like normal colored cows, and then I have 5 pink Highland cows. So these guys are gonna go in here. I realized after making these that I probably didn't need. Actually, I think there might even be 6 of these. Let me look because they're under. I think there's actually 5. I'm not sure. I'm not sure anymore. But we have 7 Highland cows total, if I'm counting correctly. Obviously, I will not be making any more pink ones because I have an absurd amount. I don't know. I just had all my pink yarn out and decided to go crazy. So I will be making a few more in some natural colors, possibly like a black and a gray Highland cow, and then some in the like main color groups, you know, the rainbow. Probably just 1 of each though, and not go as crazy as this. And then I also finished this elephant just now, this orange one here. I feel like, you know, orange is an elephant color, you know, just is. I already have 4 elephants made. So I have this pink one, this hot pink one, I have this blue-gray one, and then I have a bright blue one right here. So these guys are actually gonna get their separate bin from the cows, because the cows are gonna take up this whole bin. And then the hippos will probably go with the elephants as well. And then we'll see how much room I have left after that. I wrote down how many elephants I want to make. I believe it was 12. I have 5 made and then 7 left to make. I'll be doing some regular gray ones, and then I'll be doing a, let's see, we need yellow, green, blue, purple elephants. And then I have a couple crazy colors that I think elephants, carnival, that's kind of what my brain is thinking. Elephants can be funky colored. I realized that I did say this video would be spooky themed, so I will be switching back to doing the spooky stuff. Probably make some more bats tomorrow, and I need to make some ghosts that are about this size and then some spiders as well. So I will definitely be working on that and taking a break from the four-legged creatures over here. I definitely need a little bit of a reset from them, especially after just finishing all of those normal cows. I just kind of need a breather. I need a breather. Look at this, Appa is nearly finished. So I just finished filming the next part for the Appa. So we did the tail and the feet, which I actually wasn't originally planning to put in the same tutorial, but because of the way I made the feet, I actually updated the pattern for this. The way I made the feet, it was actually the same pattern for the left side, same pattern for the right side. So it was really easy to just film those two feet and then do the rest off camera. And then I had spare time, so I made the tail. So as you can see, he is looking really awesome. I just finished this elephant yesterday along with this elephant. So I have a gray one and then this crazy like carnival colored one. I absolutely love the way this one turned out. They still need their tails, this gray one, this orange one, and then I have this pink one I made a while ago, needs its tail. I'm going to be adding the tails on soon. Right now I have 7. I'm going to be making a green cow. I'm still in cows. I'm going to be making a green elephant, a purple elephant, maybe 2 purple elephants, because they're always the first one that sells. I'm not quite sure why. You'd think that like gray or something like that would sell, but it's the purple ones. So I'll probably make 2 purple ones, one in this shade and then one in that lilac-y lighter shade. I also finished some bats in here. I have this beautiful red one I made and this yellow one that I also made, and then I have a light blue one, but it's downstairs right now, but he's totally finished and he'll join the others. So we have 8 bats so far. I'm planning to make 12, but we'll see how many I actually end up making. I might make a bit more as well because I'm pretty certain they're going to be popular. That is the quick little update. I know I said I'd be working more on Halloween stuff, but I'm feeling a little burnt out right now, so I'm just trying to do stuff that I actually want to do rather than force myself to do stuff I barely wanted to do in general. I'll get to the Halloween stuff eventually. I don't want to make too much stuff either, so I'm just going to procrastinate and do something I actually want to do. That is what I normally do. Okay, you're probably wondering why we're staring at a blank wall, but I have something to show you, and I think it's only fair that I show it without any other distractions. Now, this is a work in progress, so, well, the piece is finished, but the actual pattern's a work in progress. So if you're ready for the reveal, in 3, 2, 1. I am working on a fairy dragon. So the face I want to add more to for the next version, but the wings are the focal point. So the wings take the longest. All of the white detail is stitched on rather than slip stitched or crocheted on. I personally like the look better that way. It's gonna be interesting trying to write the pattern for that. And then the best part about this is its tail. Look at, I added an extra tail to its tail, if that makes sense. And it is a lot of work, but it's just so cute to have that double tail. I only have one hand because I'm holding the camera, but yeah, it's got 1 and then 2. So the plan for this pattern is to upgrade the face a bit more, because with such an epic fairy wing, moth wing look and tail, it just kind of feels underrated to do just basic horns. So the next one I make will have something different. I'm not quite sure what yet. Other than that, everything else will stay the same. So this pattern will be both a pattern mod for the last dragon I released, and I'll also release it separately as a full pattern as well. So whoever bought Willow can also buy the fairy dragon mod without having to purchase the whole pattern, because the base of the body is the same. The ears, the body, the legs, and even the tail and back ridges are the same. So the only difference will be in the end horns, wings, and then this secondary detail, just to make it a little bit more accessible, save you guys some money, try and do that. But my arm is about to fall off from holding this guy. That is your little sneak peek into hopefully my next pattern test. I don't know when that will happen, probably a couple weeks at this point, but we'll see. Also, while we're on the topic of dragons, I just updated my thumbnail, or not thumbnail, my profile pics for all my social media sites, and it now has my adorable willow on it, my beautiful newest pattern. I am so excited about this pattern that I felt like she needed to be represented, and also she's a good representation of my skills and the yarn I use now versus when I first started my YouTube channel, which is when I picked that seahorse that was originally there. So I replaced the seahorse with this dragon, so she's in the profile picture. I'll also be redoing my business cards shortly here. I think I have a design I like, and those business cards will have willow on it rather than that seahorse I have. I'm super excited for that. I really like the business card so far. I'm keeping it like simple but clean and very mature, doing like a really nice pinky brown. I'm really excited about it, so hopefully they turn out nice. The next market vlog, if they show up, I'll show them off. I'll definitely show them off before the October event. Working on some minis right now. I've got the yellow and orange going at the same time, which I'm actually not going to be doing again for a couple of reasons. Mainly, I'm getting really burnt out because I'm having to make 2 of everything at once. So I'll definitely stick to making 1 of everything and then starting a new color, making 1 of everything again. But I have the sea slugs, the octopus, the axolotls, and the stingrays along with the poppy mushrooms. Those are finished. And then I have these ones I need to finish, so they just need their white. And then I also have spiders and caterpillars to make. So we're getting there. I'm hoping to finish this sometime today or tomorrow, just to cross it off the list and be done with the yellow and orange. And then when they're finished, I'll give you an update on the total minis I have so far. I may or may not have gone yarn shopping, but trust me, most of this is just refills. So things that I haven't run out of, white especially, and then I got a little bit of each. Got some more of this color I ran out of. This color has been eluding me for a month now, and they actually had one. It's not the best because it's that real stiff, you know, I decided it was worth it even though it's not exactly what I wanted. I got this green, which shows up more brown because of the lighting in here right now. But I think I'm gonna make some zombies out of this, some zombie bees, because it's not gonna fall apart as much. I did realize it's a different color than the other green I was using, which is this one is a little bit more almost like a sickly green rather than the slightly nicer green, but you know what, it is what it is. I didn't know at the time when I bought it. And I got this yarn because I want to make some cats out of it. I'm thinking some loaf cats because I'm gonna join the trend. I know, I can't believe I'm saying it. Normally I try and keep everything unique, but I think with all the cats, people kept asking for cats at my last event, so I think it's time to make some cats. So I'll probably make some solid ones, some black, white, and then some of these, maybe even some striped ones, we'll see. But the other thing is I got this yarn, which is totally new, at least new to me. So this is their Petite Pearl. So it's almost like, it's basically Skinny Chanel. I'm not quite sure. I think it's supposed to be closer to like a blanket yarn, but texturally it looks very similar. So I worked with it a little bit in the car on the way home, and as you can see, it looks pretty similar. It worked up just fine. It didn't hurt my hands like most blanket yarns do. So yeah, it's really cool to see these colors. I don't know, maybe they are the same formula as Skinny Chanel and I'm over observing or something, but I got this rich purple, blue, red, green, and then this like pink purple is gorgeous, lighter purple, and then that lighter green, which is also just beautiful. I'm going to be making some smaller dragons, so like a $50 dragon, big dragon pattern with small yarn. Definitely out of the green, the red, the purple, blue. I mean, all of these are like the perfect dragon colors in my opinion. The only color I didn't get that they had was some light blue, but I already have light blue, 2 different shades of light blue in Skinny Chanel, so I decided to just get the dark navy blue, and then leave the other one. But I looked online, there's a cream, there's like this color right here, and then a rich brown, which they didn't have on hand. I'm not sure if I would have bought any even if they did, but it's cool to know. I got all of the rich, beautiful colors and only left out on some of the browns, which honestly, I don't know. I think that would have been cool, but I also don't know necessarily what I would use it for. I was originally going to make a bunch of minis out of this yarn and this yarn up here, but I didn't. Now that I have those new colors, I don't really want to. The reason I was nervous to use these is the striping is pretty slow for small patterns, so it's perfect for like the bigger patterns. Like the caterpillars is slightly bigger pattern, so it stripes better. But for things like the mini axolotl, that would be a little weird. So I think that's what I'm gonna end up doing, and omit these and just do the 7 more. So I'll have 18 different colors of minis. If you haven't seen my last part, this probably makes 0 sense, so sorry, but if you did, hopefully it does make sense. But I did finish some minis. Let me show you real quick. Here's the mini bin so far, and what I was talking about was I'm making 10 of each of these colors here. Instead of doing this self-striping yarn for all 10, I'm planning to just do the solid colors I have, which will be 18 of each. I think that's a much more doable number anyways. That's 180 minis, and I'm already kind of going a little crazy. So I finished the yellow and orange the other day, and they're super cute. It was very tedious, so next time I make minis, I'll be doing 1 color at a time rather than 2. Hopefully that clears some things up a little bit. I need to slow down and take a deep breath. I want to go for a walk and just chill out a little bit. I realized that after all that spiel, I'm probably sound a little bit crazy, and I am, but I don't even know what to say anymore. I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna work on some stuff. I haven't decided what yet, and I will do some things. I also have to find a place for all of this yarn, but I think I'm gonna procrastinate and wait till later. Do it later. Remember how I said I was gonna make some loaf cats with that new yarn I bought, and that I was gonna fall for the trends? Well, I actually changed my mind and I decided to do a different cat. So just to preface this before showing it to you, I freehanded this, but I drew some inspiration from just a bunch of patterns. I can't really pinpoint one. Here we go. This is the kitty I decided that I will be making for my market. So I plan to make 5 or 6 of these at least, maybe even more. These are the perfect cats for sitting on someone's shelf, or, I mean, I don't know, a little kid might like this just as much. I'm planning to do cats in a slightly more kid-friendly way as well. I feel like these are such desk ornament style. This guy is super cute. Like I said, I drew inspiration from a bunch of different creators, so it doesn't really match any of them in particular. If you go into Instagram and you look up crochet cat, you'll find patterns similar. So if you want to purchase a pattern, definitely go over there and check out some other people's cats. Personally, I didn't like certain features of all of them, so that's why I kind of mishmashed my own and freehanded it. And also, this is take 2. The first one is pretty cringe, but still okay enough to sell at the next event. But I will be making a white one, probably a white one with spots, orange, and just like a bunch of colors. So we'll see how many I can make out of all those colors. And then, I don't know, maybe I'll have 10, 12 of these. But they're gonna go on a little wooden shelf I have for my next event. They should fit on there. If they don't, then they'll probably just go on the table or on my grid wall. So basically anywhere else besides the wood shelf. I think these are really cute. I might do a dog mod as well. I've seen patterns similar to this with dogs, but I feel like dogs are a little bit harder because they don't always look like anything in particular. So that's kind of where I'm torn. That's this cutie. I'm gonna be making some more of these. I think I'll do 1 tonight and then actually go to bed at a reasonable time. Oh, and I have to put all of this yarn away too, which is totally lame, but I'll do it. This is the yarn shelf before reorganizing and after. Here's what we're looking like now. We are fully stocked. Bit of a mess still, but you know what? It is full stores, so that's what matters. I just finished something super cute with this yarn, and I made a willow. So I made a willow out of this size 4 yarn and gave them roses. Oh, just so cute. So this guy took 2 straight days of working on. I don't think I was working on any projects between it, but I also haven't been crocheting that much recently. I've been doing a lot of computer stuff and just normal human stuff that doesn't involve crochet. If any of you are curious about getting this pattern, you can make it in smaller yarn types, and honestly, you could really mix and match yarn to whatever you want to do. That's the coolest part about this pattern, is you can really just mix and match and use whatever yarn you like. If you prefer, you don't even have to give him a back. It's not really a spike, but for this it's like a back fluff. You don't really need to give him that either. But if you are curious, I use a size 4 yarn for the base color. So I use the Petite Pearl and the Skinny Chanel. I'm just combining those. It doesn't seem to be too much of a difference. And then for the horns, I double stranded this size 2 velvet just because I didn't have any of this brown on hand. I believe the Petite Pearl has brown. I just don't have any on hand. So I double stranded some of this. I also used red for the roses, and I just used a single strand of this, which was pretty tedious to work with, but they worked up pretty quickly. And then I used Teddy yarn. So I buy these balls of yarn from Hobby. I buy the fluffy yarn from Hobby. I use Teddy, and then there's another yarn I use for the bigger ones. I can't remember the name, but that's where I get my fluffy yarn for right now, just because they have pretty good colors. I recommend waiting until they're on sale before placing an order though, because their yarn is, I mean, this is only 50 grams and they charge, I believe, $10 unless you get it on sale. So definitely wait for those sales. It is worth it. This is how little Willow turned out. I'm definitely gonna be making more of these little guys. Honestly, this is the type of plushie that just makes me want to quit making other plushies and just make these ones. There's just something so precious, and it just feels so well made, even more well made than my bigger ones, just because the yarn is nice and secure. It's not going to fall apart very easily. That is little Willow, and I'm actually going to close out the video here. I don't really have any plans for next week's video, so we're going to have to see what I come up with, whether I do another vlog or release tutorials like I've been doing. I'm just kind of running out of ideas, so if you have any pattern suggestions, little things, tutorials and stuff, definitely let me know down in the description and I will see if I can put a pattern together. I'm hoping to put a pattern together this week, but I just honestly right now I don't really know what I'm going to be doing. I might do a beginner series. I have 2 of those, so maybe I'll work on the 3rd episode, but I really haven't decided yet. We shall see. Thank you so much for watching to the end of this video. I really, really appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, make sure to do that if you want to stick around, of course. There's no pressure if you don't want to. I hope you all are having a wonderful day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!